adjectives have to be put in a certain order when you're writing. And so I wanted to introduce this idea to you and also get your opinion. Maybe you think that this article's wrong. So I'm going to read this out loud to you guys, and you can follow along. I've provided the link in Google Classroom. And it's called, and it's from BBC. Do you guys know what BBC is?
Yeah.
The British Broadcasting Corporation. It's like one of the oldest, most well-known, like radio and TV broadcasting, newspaper printing establishments in the world. So it's generally has some really good material on it. All right, so this article is called "Why the Green Great Dragon Can't Exist." So it says, the former U.S. Defense Secretary, Donald Rumsfeld, famously warned that in any situation there can be known knowns and unknown knowns, the latter being the most potentially dangerous, as they are things we do not know we don't know. So that's kind of confusing sounding, but it's basically saying, like, there's things we know that we don't know. Like, I don't know much about physics, and I know that I don't know much about physics, so I'm not going to try and talk about physics, you know? So, you know, then, but there's some things that we don't know that we don't know. And like, I don't know, I might be missing something in English that I don't know that I don't know. And so maybe I say something wrong in English and I'm supposed to know about English, but I don't know that I don't know. So it's really confusing, but that's what Donald Rumsfeld was saying. But missing from this list are the unknown knowns, things we know, but we don't realize that we know. So we don't know things that we know. We don't. So it'll all become clear. The power of such knowledge, things we can't perhaps recall ever learning, but use all the time without thinking, has been illustrated by, of all things, the popularity of a tweet about the correct order in which we use adjectives. The tweet by Matthew Anderson, the editor of BBC Culture, contained a screen grab from a 2013 book, The Elements of Eloquence, How to Turn the Perfect English Phrase, and has been retweeted many thousands of times. So maybe you might have seen this before. It became very popular. So this is what he said: things native speakers know but don't know that we know. Adjectives in English absolutely have to be in this order: opinion, size, age, shape, color, origin, material, purpose, noun. So you can have a lovely little old rectangular green French silver whittling knife, but if you mess with that word order in the slightest, you'll sound like a maniac. It's an odd thing that every English speaker uses that list, but almost none of us could write it out. As size comes before color, green great dragons can't exist. So what sounds better than green great dragons? Great green dragons. Along with the screen grab of this advice, Matt posted the comment, things native speakers know but don't know we know. Try it for yourself. Here's mine. A lovely thick black coat can't be a black thick lovely coat. Whoa, Matt told BBC Trending that this is the most popular digital response he's ever had to the passage. Explaining why he tweeted the adjective advice, Matt said, I am a grammar nut. Some have even said a grammar Nazi, but that's because I'm interested in languages and how they work. Not just in terms of rules of grammar and syntax, but also style and what makes good writing. So things like this are right up my street. But until now, I had thought that most people don't really care. I'm glad to be proven wrong. They most definitely do care. Some have tweeted Matt with the simple words, mind blown. Matt told BBC Trending, I think in English there are a lot of rules like this that we don't know. We're lucky that as native speakers, we can just open our mouths and it comes out. French and German speakers are a lot more interested in the mechanics of their languages. They'll argue about grammar and go and get le bon usage to settle a dispute. Among English speakers, this almost never happens. Matt says the reaction to the tweet has been largely amusing and that not all agree with the rule. He's seen people resort to creative ways to disprove it. So here's a picture of a tweet somebody sent him where they took that sentence from that screen grab he took and they rearranged it and said, I think this is better. So as that's basically it in the article. So I have a bell word for you, and I have my own sentence I put it up to try and see if you guys agree. So according to BBC's article, the order of adjectives, and according to the book by Mark Forsyth, has to be opinion, size, age, shape, color, origin, material, purpose. We're going to put this to the test, so rewrite this sentence that I wrote with some or all of the adjectives rearranged. So I wrote, the big, beautiful, old, rectangular, brown, Swedish oak serving tray. So now I want you guys to rewrite it and just change, you can change one or more, however many of the adjectives you want, and then I want to hear what you guys come up with. Do you have one? Yep. Look. Can I have someone come and write theirs on the board? You write it in this space here. And try to leave a little room under the words, because I'm going to put the numbers to see how you change the order. Yes, you can. Okay. If you want, I can put it too. Sorry. The beautiful. Big. Old. Rectangular. Brown. Swedish oak serving tray. Okay, so in my sentence, I have big, beautiful, old, rectangular, brown, Swedish oak serving tray. So that's 8 adjectives. So she has changed it to beautiful, big, which is how they say is correct. This is how I feel sounds better. So she has, in changing my order to 2, 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So, and that would be the order that they have up here. So which sounds better to you, the first one or the second one? The first one. So I also have a third way. Does anyone else have a different way? I have
your words.
No, just the words from the original sentence. For this one, no. For the next one, yes. For the next one we do, you can write whatever sentence you want and use however many adjectives you want. The big, beautiful Swedish brown rectangular oak serving tray. what her order is. So we're back to 1, 2, and Swedish is number 6, old is number 3, brown is number 5, rectangular is number 4, oak is number 7, and serving is number 8. So now that's really off the beaten path. So, so that's 3 ways. Let's read this one out loud. The big, beautiful Swedish, old, brown, rectangular oak serving tray. That doesn't sound too unnatural to me. Do you want to go? Okay, we'll do one more, and then we'll move on to the next. You can put it down here in that blank space. In this example, since the crowd's up, I didn't put the commas because it's comma. Yeah. Because it's actually not even a full sentence, really.
Yeah.
Okay, so big, beautiful. Brown is number 5. Rectangular is number 4. Old is number 3. Oak is number 7. Swedish is number 6. And serving is number 8. So yeah, that one gets it even more out of order. The big, beautiful, brown, rectangular, old oak Swedish serving tray. So do you think that any of these sound the most unnatural? Or the most natural? Is there one that you like the best or one that you like the least? Huh?
I like the first one.
This one?
Yeah.
The best?
Yeah.
What about you?
I like the last one.
The last one the best? Anybody else have any opinions? No one wants to vote for their own sentence? So we've got some differing opinions already. So for the next part, write your own sentence, and you can use as many adjectives as you want. 2 to 8 would be good for these purposes, as long as they're listed in that order that's in the black bold. So opinion, I think that's a harder one to understand what they mean by that, but that would be beautiful, creepy, things like that. That it's just your opinion what they mean. Whenever anybody has one they'd like to share, you can come up and write it. So write your own within the right order up here. Do you want to hold it for you?
Okay.
Okay, the angry little old gray Canadian man. Does someone want to rewrite his and see write it however you think sounds the best, how it sounds better? Or you can rewrite your own and see how it changes. Hannah, do you have one?
Yeah.
My amazing young dog Pal. Is Pal his name or Pal is describing him?
Pal is like his purpose.
Okay, so that's like an Arthur dog named Pal. Okay, so if we put these in order of like how the rule from the BBC is, it would be, I would say, I guess angry is opinion.
Yeah.
They don't have an emotion section, so 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. So that does go in order, and just missing a couple. And then amazing opinion, age, Pal would be purpose. So that's 8, and dog is noun. So that really puts it out of order. 1 through 8. Can somebody come up and rewrite one of these? Come.
Should we start it right here?
Yeah. Good. The little old angry gray Canadian man. So this goes size, which is 2, old, which is 3, angry, which is 1, gray, which is 1, 2, 5, Canadian, which is 6. So 2, 3, 1, 5, 6. The little old angry gray Canadian man. Anybody else? So, do you agree with the rule that it goes opinion, size, age, shape, color, origin, material, purpose? Or do you think that there's a rule that would be better?
I mean, like in some cases I think it works, but like in other cases, like, it just depends on like what like words you're using or what adjectives and like what like the subject is.
Yeah, any other opinions on do you think there is a rule about which order the adjectives go in? Or do you think that it doesn't ever matter? Do you have something else to say?
Yeah, well, I feel like some adjectives like clash together and like you don't want to put them like next to each other, but then like in other cases like it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, and I would agree. I think that it just, sometimes 2 words don't like sound better in one order than the other. Like when something is big and beautiful, I think beautiful big car doesn't sound as good as big beautiful car. But according to this, it should be beautiful big car.
Okay.
So, but maybe in other cases it would be different. So, yeah, I think that it was an interesting article where we do seem to have a sense for how adjectives should be arranged and how they should sound. But I don't think that they can really say that there really is a rule. Good, so that's something to think about. And